Hi friends, here we are going to discuss about the course on computer concepts. The chapter 1, the sections begins with the basic concepts of the computer. Here we can discuss about the definitions, histories, applications and characters limitations of the computer based programs. Here, introduction to computer. What is computer? Computer is an electronic device because it can understand only the binaries and zeros and ones numbers. Computer access the data by performing the calculations and operations on it. It decides as a output as the result. How can computer works? By giving the data as an information, we can get the output. EDP machine. EDP machine is an electronic data processing machine. Because computer can accept only binaries values, so it is a machine level languages. Next, second one, electronic device. It is one of the electronic device because it is connected with the wires, wireless, keyboards, mouse, CPUs, which is all connected to the electronic device. Next, raw data raw fact. This meaning full form. Computer defines the full meaning form. Next, information, meaningless form. The computer cannot give all the definitions of that, but it can give the clear and accurate values for the input and output. The computer was discovered by and the father of the computer was Charles Babbage. Next, here we are going to see about the history of the computers. History of the computers means in olden days the computer was so huge and it cannot be committed in small room. But now the advanced technologies have been become and it can be operated through even in the small phones like iPad, tab, etc. In olden days, abacus, the invention was abacus. It was invented in China and the time was 19th century. What was this working process? It is used for only additions and subtractions operation, but later it can be used for the multiplications, divisions, etc. Next, Nephews Bones. He also invented the dimensional structures of the numbers because the view of the computer will be different. The 3D dimensional, 2D dimensional and different kind of the animations was performed in 1617. It performs multiplications on numbers technology for calculation. They too used for addition, subtractions, multiplication and division. Next we are going to discuss about Pascal. He too discovered in the time in 1642. It was the first mechanical adding machines because it was in olden days that was used for only temporary person. Pascal was discovered as a mechanical adding divisions in his period. He designed with the different atmosphere of the computers. Jacques Loom. Jacques Loom invented his Joseph Acquard in 1801. It was the first missionary loom. It was set by the missionary looms and it was used for process of textiles. Next one, analytical engineering. Analytical engineering was invented by Charles Babbage, which is father of our computer. It was the first general purpose of the computer because computer understands only the decimals values and binaries values. It cannot communicate with any other languages. Next, EDSCS. It was John Swan Newman. He invented his machines from 1946 to 1952 because it was a huge computer was a storage capacity. In olden days it was a huge one, so it makes a time to store all the values and the process was so minute to reach the input and output system. Then later it was been improved slow by slow. EDVCA. Edward John Swan Humans in 1950. He generates the new types of computers by using the vacuum tubes because it includes the power saving mode. The computer almost needed 6,000 vacuum tubes and 12,000 diodes to consume 56 kilo power. Because it was a huge computer, it takes more power to load the systems and develop the mode. It was a binary computer and capable for storing programs. Next one, Unique WAC. Jake Wack and W. Maxey in 1951, he generally proposed the computer with the large amount of the input and output because in olden days they given only one input and one output, but day by day they improved their giving the input and getting the output was the huge one. Next we are going to see about the characteristics of computers. Computer is an high speed level. If once we give the input, it gets the output as soon as fast. and accuracy. Manual power can complement the error, but computer cannot give the wrong answer. It gives the accurate answer for the each and every calculations. Storage capacity. Computer can store maximum level of the data given by the input. There will be a certain limit to store in each computer systems. The inbuilt of the storage capacity is huge. Versatility. The computer can do different type of data types simultaneously at the task of the time. We can use the PowerPoint, at the same time we can use the open the WordPan, and same time we can play some of the games too. Next, plug and play. Computer was ability for automatically to configure new hardware. It can used for software components. Delicious. As a human beings, unlike human beings, computer free from monotonicity, because it can use the lack of concentrations and the threadness of the computers without creating any errors or source of the computers. Next, secrecy. Leakage of the information, because computer can store the highly secret procedure data and all we can store in the computer, because it was a secret one. We can we can hidden the file, and we can give the password, and we can protect from the information from the unauthorized persons. Reliability. Reliability in day-to-day life, we can use the computer for real purpose or personal issues or professional uses. We can use for the possibility of the most of the personal users and the official users. It was very useful to that, so it can be used for the reliability. We are going to discuss about the applications of the computer. Application of the computers are useful for day-to-day life for both the professionals and the personal's life, because without the computer, persons cannot be activated today day-to-day life. In first, we are going to see about the educations. In educational institution, each and every the students must have the tele-education classrooms, because the classes was done through the online classes, so the students gains the knowledge of the computers easily. In the scientific research, in olden days there was huge process to develop each and everything, but now with the advanced technologies, scientific research centers also being used very collaborative laboratory in the purpose for the research purpose. Now next, applications, business applications. In business application, in order to record the employees details or managing the attendance of the employees and the available sources or for the materials charts, everything comes under the business applications. They can be maintained through the computer easily. Recreation and entertainment. In ancient days it wasn't so huge and war expense. Now the entertainment and recreations computer was developed so easily, and it wasn't affected one so much. In government sector, we can use it in the various performance for the planning some of the details of the peoples, and they are controlling each and every selections, and the enforcing their activities. It can be performed through the computer easily. In health issues, we can use it for the computer for activities like scanning their x-rays, telemedicine, patients monitoring, in order to maintain the patient's records. Everything computer can manage it easily. In multimedia, the multimedia is used for affecting and producing graphics and 2D, 3D imaginations. Everything can be processed through the multimedia technologies. In bank they are used for maintaining their account sections for the people, in order to transferring their money sections and the status of the account, and it can be messaged easily through the computer. Next, limitations of the computer. Even though computers have every advantage of the computers of the technology, there is a certain limitations also provided for the computers, because computer is a low learning power. Computer learning power is very less. It performs small tasks and gives the full instructions to the computer what to do and how to do and when to do everything. Each and you have to remember it previously. Next one, decision making. No decision making. Computer does not decide anything generally, because human will insist on the computer to decide this or that, so that it has no decision making. No self-intelligence. With the help of the computer, we can do almost of the work, but computer do not have intelligence itself on their own. Next, interaction is needed. every time computer need an interaction. If the user gives the input and they could collect the output regularly so that the computer can get each and every put properly and recover the output also properly. So computer need the interaction is very important. These are some of the certain limitations of the computer which are discussed here.